What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Just pro wrestling news podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Yeah, it's the Monday Mayhem Warriors. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, broadcasting on all of internet land. With me from Beacon, New York. The lungs are not at capacity yet. Had a little bit of a thing over the weekend. But anyways, Mad Mike is with us.
Sorg, we will be running this first hour commercial free, but we will show plenty of commercials.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the first question, isn't it? First of all, is there a Lego update?
We'll show commercials for our own stuff.
We think we just did.
So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
First, is there a Lego update before we go deep into this?
Oh, no, but there is actually a wrestling figure update.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this is kind of an important one in the world of Mad Mike. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize they made this until I saw it this weekend. I've told this story countless times. The first time I ever saw pro wrestling was Jake Roberts and the Macho Man with the Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
Sorg,
look at it. That's the one.
That's with the Cobra. It's the tights he was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And it even has the date I started watching wrestling on it.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is kind of a really cool thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just in general. Like, the figure looks great. Like, look at that.
Like your life.
That's Jake.
Like your life-changing moment encapsulated in plastic. That's great.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
that's great.
I saw it when I was just out and about this weekend, and I'm like, oh, I have to own that. I have to. Like, I just bought it immediately. Like, it wasn't even a thought.
I love it. I love it.
But yeah. So that's the only update I got.
Okay. Well, I understand Monday Night Raw is tonight, as we do. I can tell you, my night was catching up with AEW. I watched some DDT Pro. That was interesting.
Okay.
I had an interesting thing on Twitter about that. And then you know, in fighting with establishments. But anyways, that's
is that
something.
the sequel to Fighting of My Family?
No. Maybe that was maybe that should be right. So, so tell me, Monday Night Raw. I understand we were on the Sci-Fi Channel. The first hour was ad free, and they were kicking off, according to the email I received, with the quiz off or something.
Yeah, the Quiz Bowl.
The Quiz Bowl.
The Quiz Bowl, Sorg.
Nothing's more raw than a Quiz Bowl.
Hey, I mean, you know, wrestling trivia shows. It's a thing.
Okay.
Basically, it was the third act of Billy Madison.
It's also the last episode of Saved by the Bell Season 2.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. it was fine. They started losing the crowd a little bit from what it seemed like, but if RK Bro won the Quiz Bowl, then they would get a Raw Tag Team title shot. If they didn't win, then nothing would happen.
Fuck.
So, which way do you think it went,
Sorg? Okay. All right.
RK Bro won.
This is not selling me on buying tickets to Raw when they come to town in about a month.
So, the final question was, Randy Orton knows how many grams are in an ounce. Mm-hmm. And I think we all know why. Because he's a baker. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a baker, just like Riddle is, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, that was their excuse. They had a Ninja Turtles question.
Nice.
Yeah, so
appreciate it.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Sorg, which William Shakespeare play has the most film adaptations?
Romeo and Juliet, right?
That is incorrect. That's what Chad Gable thought too, and he was wrong. And Otis kept trying to say the answer because he saw the word ham up there. Mm. And we all know Otis loves his ham. Mm. Because it was Hamlet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it was a cute segment. It was fine. Chad Gable is really, really good at this. Mm-hmm. Like he's taken the dorky Kurt Angle thing up to 1 million.
Good.
And he's honestly really, really good with it.
Good.
Yeah. All credit in the world. Chad Gable. If it wasn't for Chad Gable, the whole segment would fall apart. So, yeah. Dave says, "Haha, fat joke." Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what we have Otis there for. It's why he has a job, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I will say, oh God, I forget why I was watching the Bobby Lashley segment, and I was like, Bobby Lashley listens to this show, I think.
Okay.
I don't. Oh.
Did he drop a Lashley fact?
No, but we should have done that last week with Will. Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Lashley facts were something we used to do way back in the day with I think it was a friend of theirs that came on the show whose last name was Lashley and claimed to be a distant but not lookalike cousin of Bobby Lashley. So
yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what Lashley said, because Lashley said something that we've literally said on this show before several times. It was a good promo. He got a good promo of MVP. I'm sure it'll come to me as I'm talking Raw.
My girl Lita was there tonight.
Yes.
What's going on with Lita?
Lita and Becky had a good little promo.
Okay.
Good little back and forth with each other. And then Becky tried to take out Lita, and Lita hit her with a twist of fate and a moonsault.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. We also had... so there's also apparently going to be a women's Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber. We know 5 of the participants, and whoever wins gets to face the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. The 5 participants we do know are Doudrop, Bianca, Nikki, Rhea, and why am I blanking? Liv and Liv Morgan. We don't know who the 6th is. They didn't reveal it tonight. It could potentially be Asuka. It could be Bayley. It could just end up being Carmella or Zelina.
Or I love, everybody was like, oh, yeah, it should be Asuka, but being WWE, it'll be Lacey Evans.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh.
And then Mike threw up in his mouth a little bit.
Oh, why'd you have to do that?
Sorry. Yeah,
I'll be honest. I was trying to scroll through WWE's Twitter feed to see if I could see what Lashley said that that made me feel like he watches the show, and I don't remember. So I'm gonna have to watch it, his promo again, and figure it out.
And we are also set, of course, like I said, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, Lashley, Brock, Seth, and Riddle in there.
Yes.
Riddle making it, but not Orton, huh?
Yeah. Orton wasn't even there last week.
Orton's
been taking like every other Raw off.
Okay, he might have some life things, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
And then I only know about this because, again, Twitter was erupting on Friday. Apparently, we do have Roman and Goldberg happening because why not? What did Goldberg just do again? He just popped up for something, didn't he?
No.
I swear we had Goldberg at like SummerSlam or something, or Survivor Series. Am I wrong?
I don't think. No, the last time Goldberg was around was when Lashley beat him.
No.
Pretty sure.
Okay, we'll look into that. Chat room will tell
us. I'm gonna double check, but
yeah, because I just feel like he was just around. Like they're gonna pop up for Saudis or the Big Four, and then get their title shot because they are. I don't know.
He was at SummerSlam when it was at SummerSlam 2021, and then Crown Jewel 2021.
Yeah, that feels way too recent for me. There's too much Goldberg in 1 year.
Crown Jewel is back in October, so
that's why that feels so recent to me. So
yeah.
Yeah,
but it was him and Lashley.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I really hope it's like it shows in the picture here, where it's just like there's the city skyline of whatever city this is in Saudi Arabia, and just like the cage is just out in the middle of it. It's gonna be like like Sturgis, but with
It's gonna look really weird there.
Yes.
It's gonna look really weird.
I doubt.
It's very open. Like for those of you who have never seen those shows, it's a very open air arena.
Mm-hmm. But they usually have a structure. They usually have a structure in the middle, and they'll probably just have it up on that and bring it down. Mm-hmm. I would wager that the chamber that we see will be modified from the one we get here. I would wager.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. Yeah.
I mean, if it just
and I'm assuming one chamber match is going to open that show, and one chamber match is going to close that show.
I feel like they're at this point where they do so many overseas tours that if they're going to do something like this, like there's a chamber that's going to be overseas, right? Mm-hmm. And more or less, you could get it. Let's say they keep it in Saudi because they're like, we're going to do more limited chambers in Saudi, right? So every couple of years when they do this, they have one there. And they update it and whatever. But also, like, that's probably a lot easier to transport that because once you get over to, what is it technically, East Asia at that point, like you can get it to other places. So if we want to go to England and do an elimination chamber, like they can, road it, ferry it, whatever.
We're never having European pay-per-views again.
That's that too. And we probably shouldn't have anything that's the elimination chamber anywhere near Germany now I think about it. I mean, we almost shouldn't have it there at Saudi Arabia. So, but anyways, how will they do that in an outdoor stadium? Yeah, like I said, they'll build something. So, because they usually have that structure. We've had cages. We've had Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, and they've, even if they're inside, like they have their own structure that they'll build up for it. So that'll be probably how they handle that. So we'll see how it goes.
I remembered. Sorry, I remembered. I remember what Lashley said. But yeah, like we've had I think the only structure we've had there is all in stuff. There's never been a cage match at WrestleMania since WrestleMania 2. No, there hasn't.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. And
there's been Hell in a Cells.
There have been a couple Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Kennels.
Not Mania.
What? Hell in a Kennel wasn't at Mania?
No, God no.
What am I thinking? Where was that?
That was like Bad Blood.
What?
Maybe, or a No Mercy. Now I'm gonna look. Kennel from Hell, but It was at Unforgiven.
What? Why
Yeah,
do I?
but
yeah,
all right.
Unforgiven.
So
Kennel from Hell. Ah. Yeah.
So what Lashley said that really made me think, I'm like, oh, okay, he watches the show. They were talking about Brock Lesnar being the WWE champion. And he was like, when was the last time Brock defended the title on Raw?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time Brock had a match on Raw? And I'm like, oh, they figured it out. It's just,
one of those way to represent buddy kind of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like they realized that, he doesn't wrestle on TV anymore.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on Raw?
So also the Miz watches our show.
Okay.
Hi
Miz.
The Miz, yeah. Hi Miz. What's up, Mike? From two mics to another mic.
2 mics to another mic. Close to Cleveland. 2 hours from Cleveland. Well, at least I am.
I'm further.
You're much
away.
further. Yes, we're much further.
I'm further away. But so he had Miz TV on with Ray and Dominic.
Okay.
And he was saying Miz honestly made some really good points in the Miz TV segment because they showed last week where Miz cheated to win because he faked that Ray had grabbed his leg and Dominic got distracted. Miz rolled him up and got the win. And Miz is like, now this isn't fair. If someone like Beth Phoenix or Dominic or Edge or Eddie Guerrero cheated, they call it you being an advantage. But when I do it, I'm called a cheater, which is a very fair point. Mm-hmm. But then they just belabored it over and over again. And then when Dominic tried to step up and challenge Miz to a rematch, Miz was like, Dominic, you're putting on your big boy pants. You're a lot taller than Ray. Are you sure you're not Eddie's son?
I love it.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be whenever Ray decides to retire.
It's
gonna happen. Yes.
That he just turns on him and
he turns on and Ray's gonna be like, son, I brought you into this business. I'll take you out of it. And then Dominic's just gonna win, and it's gonna be Dominic Guerrero.
Oh man,
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It has to happen. Where he has a shirt that says "He's my Poppy." He does the thing, does a frog splash, like.
He already does the thing, doesn't he?
I know.
They both do
there.
it. Yeah, it's all there, and they just
it's all there. We just need to put it together.
The only thing they need is like Vicky back, right? Don't they kind of?
I think if she wasn't tied up with AEW, this already would have happened.
It's too.
No. I seriously think if Vicky wasn't with AEW, this already
I think all of them need to go to AEW for it to happen.
No, I don't think so. Vicky would come back to WWE and RP, I think.
I think so too. Although she seems to be having a lot of fun over there. So.
But I mean, like, Vicky was never treated badly by WWE.
Oh no, absolutely. No.
No way.
Yeah.
Vicky was one of the, I'm gonna say it, one of the best managers in the past 25 years.
Tina's in the chat saying that he even did the shimmy during the picture-in-picture break tonight.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Telling you, it's all there. It's all the rich tapestry. It's gonna happen.
All the rich tapestry. Yes, absolutely. So either way, all right. So that's Raw.
Yeah, there were also wrestling matches that were quite good. Nothing really of note.
It's really just kind of gain steam for this Elimination Chamber in just under 2 weeks. It's going to be Saturday 19th. I will not be watching it live. I will be... I'll be doing my Hell Week. So I'll be somewhere in Boston, I think.
Oh, boy.
I will not be driving past you, Mike, by the way. But Missy and Rob will be, and I'm going to insist that they stop by at least to say hi.
Okay.
I unfortunately will be flying in and out.
Have I met Rob in person?
I don't know that. I doubt it.
I don't think I have.
How you possibly could have.
I don't think I have.
Maybe I will insist that they stop by, but I know Missy will insist that she drives the entire 10 hours herself and with no pee breaks, because that's how she rolls. Because she's a road psychopath. I say that with all love in my heart.
Actually, come to think of it, I did the same thing in the drive to Niagara Falls and back.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
That's good. What, 6 hours from where you're at?
Oh, a little longer than that.
Okay, 6-7 hours. Yeah. No. I got to stretch it out. So these. Oh God, now we're going to. So since I'm doing a lot, I'm going to Chicago again this week, and I'm watching for Friday. Yeah, no, that weather looks wonky again this weekend. It's always that freaking into the weekend. It's getting bad weather, which is shit for my schedule. But between that and driving to Michigan next week, and thankfully I have a couple flights, and I'm making other people drive the equipment 10 hours. But man, it's just like, listen, man, I'm 40. I can't sit in the car for that long. It hurts. I'm 6'4", dude. I gotta get the joints moving. It just doesn't work for me. You know, it's just It's just like the flights. Can't do those. God, what is it? 5 hours to get California? Something like that.
Something like that.
It's just like I gotta get up a couple of times. I can't just hang. It's just not good. Don't get old, guys. Take care of yourself so it doesn't hurt so much when you get old. Because I'm trying to move, and that's turning into a thing. Anyways,
Sorg, I just found something very interesting online. You know the game Wordle?
I'm aware of it. Yes.
There is a Star Wars Wordle.
There's a lot of spin-offs. Also, avoid Matt Light's account because he's been spoiling Wordle.
Well, that's rude.
Well, that's Matt Light. So, but anyways, oh boy, I'm getting some interesting responses over on Twitter right now. But anywho, so that's Raw. There's that. I was watching some DDT tonight. We won't talk about that. Actually, so I love it. Mike, I could sit there and watch New Japan, where I actually know where some of these guys are, and it's actually in English. But no, I've decided to watch DDT, which is weird, wacky, sometimes of a weird sexual nature, and everything's in Japanese, so I know zero of what's going on. Zero. Okay. It's perfect. It's that same service you were watching your beach fight that we were talking about on Patreon about a month ago, right? It renewed, so I'm like, well, I guess I should watch some more of this. So I'll pull some of it up during after I was done with AEW too. So some good stuff there. Mike, I gotta talk about this weekend. I get to the fortune of being the producer on a pay-per-view that has Thunder Rosa and Athena.
Oh.
The former Ember Moon.
Excellent.
And I will get into my fear of moons in a moment. But other than that, because I watched Moonfall yesterday, and I can't look at the sky anymore.
I'm sure it was very scientifically accurate.
I would love the Neil deGrasse. I love that Neil deGrasse Tyson on that. He told me why tin cans are not tin cans today on TikTok. But no, looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun show. But from that to yes, Warrior Wrestling. I'm really worried about this venue. We're going to Indianapolis, Mike. I've never been. I've driven through Indianapolis once, I think. Or around it. So that's going to be next month in March.
Be careful. I hear they drive cars really fast there. And they're not good at turning right.
Right. Well, we'll be dealing with more of that here in another couple of months when we get to Michigan Speedway for another show. That has nothing to do with wrestling, but anyways. And hey, can we throw a shout out to Katie? By the way,
of course we can.
Have we followed? Katie is art. I've been seeing this on her Instagram. There was some art. I believe it was some cancer patient art, and she was captured by a friend. Captured? That sounds not like. I just imagine
like a Pokemon.
Yes, there's just a box.
Katie is a Pokemon.
There's just there was a box with a stick holding it up, and there was a Grogu doll underneath, and it's a Katie-sized box, and then they pull the stick when she goes and gets the Grogu.
So it was just a giant refrigerator box?
Yes. Well, I mean, yes, more or less. You can size that as you will. So, But yeah, so no, she had some great. I was seeing her fancy pictures from this weekend. So just want to let everybody know you can go over to her Instagram and check that out, and I can show you guys in just a moment as soon as I hook this guy up. I'm getting a little more we can switch things around over here, Mike, and so there you go. There's that art piece and everything.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, as with the let's see, opening night of her friend Heather Heitzen Raiders exhibit at Imaginarium at Box Art Gallery here, Box Heart Gallery, excuse me, here in the Pittsburgh area. You can check that out, Box Heart Gallery on Instagram if you want to see more about that. So some very, very nice pieces, and she's represented there. So I want to give a shout out there to Katie, friend of the show, and the Bradley, but Terrifier. So you had something else you want to talk about? I think we're getting out of the wrestling world right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did you watch before I talk about how moons scare me?
Sorg, I have a show on Netflix you need to watch, and a show I want 30 more seasons of. It's called Murderville.
I watched it! I watched 2 episodes of it! Yes! What was it? LaShawn,
no, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. Okay, I watched the Conan one. I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny, awkward. They're making them eat.
Oh, you have to watch it in order.
But I watched that one, but then I watched the Marshawn Lynch, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking funny.
Okay.
This is fucking it right here. So Mike, tell people, since you brought it up, tell people what the concept is. I love this. I heard the concept.
This concept is amazing.
Yes.
I want someone to do a wrestling version of it. I want. All right, so the concept is basically it's a crime procedural.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Will Arnett. He's the lead detective, and he's
very Will Arnett.
He's the most Will Arnett you're ever going to get.
Yes, he is. If you're not a fan of Will Arnett, pass. But...
Yeah, actually, but no, actually, fuck that. Even if you're not a fan of Will Arnett, give it 1 episode.
But maybe not the Conan episode.
No. The Conan episode is a perfect.
Let me put it this way: if you're a fan of Conan, do the Conan episode. If you're not a fan of Conan, skip to the.
No, Sorg. You haven't finished the whole season.
No, I haven't yet.
You have to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
In order.
Oh no.
Trust me.
Oh no! Does it come back around?
It pays off. I'm not gonna tell you how, but it pays off. So the concept is, each episode there's a different murder that has to be solved, and each episode he gets a new celebrity partner. There's a script for Will Arnett and the other members of the police force and all the suspects and everything. There's no script for the celebrity partner. So the celebrity partner is there as kind of like a game show to try and figure out who the murderer is. And they're gathering clues. They're the ones asking the questions, and they're completely improv. They're completely off book.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
It's great.
Absolutely
it's great.
Wonderful.
It's like they set up like a murder mystery,
it's essentially a celebrity goes to a murder mystery show.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is.
I keep saying I want to say like a murder mystery dinner kind of thing, but like I don't.
It's like, whose crime is it anyway?
Yes, there's there's things we've had stuff like this in Pittsburgh. There's a thing where you could go around like downtown Pittsburgh, and there'd be these marks by these doors, and you could go in, and there would be an actor in there, and all this kind of stuff. I think like Katie and like friends of Katie's with back when the Scarehouse days, and Missy maybe did it with them and everything like that. And I can't remember the name of it for the life of me right now. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, and that's what I kept thinking of. It's just like, oh, this is just set up for them. It's like that thing. It's like the escape room kind of like feel to it, where there's like the story around everything, and they just drop you in there. I love it. It's weird when you describe it, like to kind of grasp what they're doing.
Yeah, I remember the second I heard of this concept, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna really appreciate this show. And I have like I want 30 more seasons of it. I want other genres to take this up. Like I want a wrestling show. I want a wrestling show where you have a wacky wrestling show like a Lucha Underground-esque, and one commentator knows exactly what's going on, one commentator doesn't, and is an improv comedian.
Love it. Camille Nanjiani, Annie Murphy, Sharon Stone, and Ken Jeong are in this as well. So
it's all heavy hit.
Yeah, as the celebrity guest basically.
Celebrity partners.
Yeah, the celebrity partners on this. So it's good. It's good.
I don't know which episode I like the best so far, so I'm probably gonna watch this again. Sharon Stone is amazing. The Sharon Stone episode is really, really kind of fun.
There's a part where they just keep feeding Conan hot sauce while he's trying to ask questions.
Yep.
And then they give him hot sauce again. And you can see you see Will Arnett breaking under the mustache too.
Oh. All right. I'm going to spoil something slightly. Okay. In the Sharon Stone episode, the murder takes place in a hospital. So the guy's already laid out on an autopsy slab. There's at least a solid minute and a half of them trying to break the corpse by just tweaking his nipples. and you can see the eyes fluttering. You can see him smiling and about ready to laugh a little bit. It's fantastic. It's if you ever watch those procedurals your SVUs, your NCISs, basically anything with a lot of letters in it, watch this show because it pokes fun at a lot of stuff. Like that.
Oh yeah. The the gag of the suspects in the Marshawn Lynch one was that alone was fun. So sorry, it was a good show. So I watched Moonfall, which can be completely funny as well. So I'm going into this, and I've seen, I go to a lot of movies, still probably more than most these days, right? We still have stubs, and I at least get 2 movies in, and I gotta go to the Dolby Theater, or I go to the theater where there's nobody in it anyway. So during the day, so I got Dolby Theater. It's nice, it's spread out, but the nicer than any chair I have in my house or studio. And just to detach and do it, and I knew this will be a big, loud movie, and my chair's gonna rumble, and I'm down with it, kind of thing. And I don't need 3D, I don't need 4D, I just need sound that I can feel. Okay, and a big screen with a crazy ass projector, and this is it. And there's one of these theaters in town. Because IMAX don't do it anymore, and I think I did the XD at Cinemark one time, and I was like, it's just kind of IMAX. Isn't that sad though? But anyways, so I went to see this, and in the previews, I was like, oh no, here's another 2012 disaster. Oh my God, the moon's falling on us. But then they added a comedy element, and that's where it took me. Okay.
Wait, the moon falling on us isn't the comedy element?
No. There's not a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of ridiculously. It's got Halle Berry in it. Halle Berry. I'm going to say it like that. Of course
it does.
It's got Halle Berry because she's in every space movie now. No, you know what? You know what I did? How did I do this? I confused Halle Berry with Sandra Bullock because she was in Gravity.
I was going to say, I didn't think Halle Berry.
That's wow.
You saw it.
Why are they interchangeable in my mind?
They're both Storm.
They're both Storm.
Sure.
No, I don't think that's appropriate at all. Actually,
they're both X-Men.
Also, side note, in my sickness on Friday, I had some food poisoning issues, and when I get sick or take a booster shot and have a day, it's I go into comfort food mode, and it's usually Marvel movies. I dipped over into the X-Men side of things and watched from the Wolverine on through the X-Men line.
No, Sorg, Halle Berry is in the movie.
She is in the movie. She's in this movie, but in my mind, she's been in a bunch of space movies.
Oh,
no,
no, she has
That's
not.
Sandra Bullock. So
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
where I
okay.
got mixed up. I'm like, oh, good, she's in another one. I'm like, no, that's Sandra Bullock. I apparently can't tell the difference anymore. I can't. Post-COVID, I can't smell appropriately or decipher actresses apparently. So,
Sorry, did you get face blindness from
I got face blindness. Is that what that is? I don't know.
face blindness?
I mean, everybody, looks the same in space.
in
that
space,
work?
no one can see your face.
In space, ooh, maybe. Anyways, I don't know where we're going with that. Moonfall. There's a comedy element. There's the whole conspiracy thing. And it's the moon is coming. The crazy. They do a lot of. I thought it was gonna be. Listen, you're like, okay, this could be part Sharknado, this could be part 2012, and I remember the part about 2012 where it was like, and this is where they were like, I was like, fuck no, when I saw this this trailer, when like they're jumping off of a cliff, land on a hovering Sonic the Hedgehog type platform, and continue with the car, and like I remember that shit in 2012, and that's like, fuck this, right? Like fuck these physics, but. It actually kind of made sense the way they did this, because
No, it doesn't. I will guarantee you, as a scientist,
in the science,
it does not make sense.
In the science they presented. Listen. I'm going to spoil the science of this movie, if you will.
Oh boy.
Okay. There's two things. First of all, that's no moon. Spoiler alert, but I think we kind of present that from the trailer.
Wait, so it's not the moon?
The moon is not a moon.
All right, now I'm real.
You ready? You're ready for this? Okay. Spoilers! Because you're not going to see it anytime soon. Come on.
No, fuck
First
no,
of all,
I'm not.
Let's just say it was a moon, and it was getting so close that the gravity of the moon was pulling on the planet, so things were being lifted off the planet, and they worked that to their advantage at a few points. Okay? You follow me? You follow me?
I mean, yes.
I mean, it's pulling the tides.
Pretty sure the moon has less gravity than the Earth, but okay.
Oh, it's got enough gravity to pull tides, right?
Nope, probably not, actually.
You know what it would probably do? Still fuck with our gravity.
It would fuck with the tides, but not really our gravitational force.
I want you to watch
anyway,
this movie.
go on.
I want you to scientifically watch this movie.
I'd have to read my physics book again first.
There is a point where it gets to this, and it goes straight. I don't want to say Star Trek. I want to say part Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Do you remember the end of the newer Battlestar Galactica?
I've never seen a look of Battlestar.
Oh, great. I don't know if it holds up, but I highly recommend the sci-fi remake they did.
Yeah,
like
it's
20 years
too
ago.
daunting. I'm not
Oh yeah, no, it's an investment. Oh, it's an investment.
It's a. Let's put it this way: if I get mono, sure.
It's only like 4 seasons too, like a mini series and 3 seasons maybe. So, but anyways, worthwhile. But I enjoyed it. It's got that black goo bad thing happening, and it's not what you think.
So Venom's in it.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? Kind of, right? So, and it's like typical, like it was, astronaut sees some crazy stuff. He gets thrown under the, he gets thrown under the bus for it and is disgraced, even though he's completely the one that was right all along, kind of thing.
Course.
I mean, this is no spoilers. This is how many movies we've seen. So it was like Armageddon. What did I say? That's why I said. I was like, it was like Armageddon, but less funny, and without that earworm song.
Okay.
Yes. I enjoyed it.
Okay. You have not sold.
I've not sold you on it.
No.
I've not sold you on this. What would be a Mike fact from this that I would be able to share? No, I don't have a.
No, honestly, these movies they're not.
I wanted a big, dumb movie. Geostorm. That was the other movie it reminded me.
Well, yeah, I would imagine.
That's one it really reminded me of. I was like, it's another fucking Geostorm.
See,
and I'm like, okay,
you know what I can't wait for?
I gotta say, this is better than Geostorm.
You know what I can't wait for, and it's probably coming within the next couple of weeks. The podcast Had This Get Made when they talk about this movie. Wait, have you never heard this podcast?
I am, and I forgot that it's still going, and I forgot I should check it for newer movies that I've seen.
You really should.
Another big tip, if you haven't.
Have you heard the Geostorm episode?
No.
Oh,
hello, what am I doing? Okay, Geostorm, how did this get made?
Jason Mantzoukas just randomly will yell, Geostorm! At least 10 times during the episode. Also, speaking of Jason Mantzoukas, I saw something else this weekend. And I'm watching it, and I'm hoping that there is eventually a wrestling tie-in to this because it's possible. So I watched the first 3 episodes of Pam and Tommy.
Oh, should I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, you should. You really should.
Okay.
What a fucking ridiculous show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who Jason Mantzoukas plays, but I will tell you it might be the biggest part in the show.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. I will tell you that Lily James and Sebastian Stan fucking nail it. Like, they're really good. They're really, really good in it. Like, there are times where it just looks like Pam Anderson from the 90s is on this Hulu show. Like, legitimately. It is not something to watch with little ones.
Okay, obviously.
Tina, that's for Tina out there.
Okay.
You not only need earmuffs, but eye muffs. There is the nudity of male and female.
I mean, that kind of goes with it.
Yeah, it's part and parcel. But
Man,
it needs to be said.
Did they put some of these under a paywall because they get less per year as you go here? But I did find the Anaconda episode.
Yeah, some are under a paywall.
Son of a bitch!
But they do release old ones at some point.
Okay.
Also, you could probably YouTube How Did This Get Made Geostorm. It might come up.
How did this get made, Geostorm? Okay, well, I want to spend the rest of my night looking for that. Mike, we got to get out of here because I'm tired. We'll be on tomorrow. We will have some Anarchy.
Yeah, Sorg. It's on their YouTube page.
Okay, I'll look it up. What is it saying? Oh, tomorrow we're going to have some Anarchy in our Mayhem. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Because we have with us tomorrow, Mike, I can't wait for you to see this belt. I don't know if you've seen the clips from this. You should at least see the trailer for the World War III, the WWE3, not World War III. WWE3's for Walter Ray III. That was the memorial the show was for. But the Anarchy champion, Stevie LaBelle, will be here. Papa Judo will be here as well with Prospect Pro Wrestling. We'll be talking about Heartache and Heartbreak coming up this weekend up in Worthington, Pennsylvania. And everything's going on there with Prospect Pro Wrestling, including Ronnie Starks wants to talk about paying your dues in wrestling.
Oh, boy, that's not going to get weird at all.
Well, thankfully, we have some people from the business to talk with us about it.
That's true.
Since we are not, I don't think, like, we are close to the business, Mike, but I don't think either of us are in the due paying portion of the business necessarily.
Says you.
So,
Granted, I've never set up a ring. I paid my dues, brother.
We've worked around a lot of wrestling, so yes. I have helped with ring setup and tear down over the years.
I've helped. I haven't put up.
I have helped. I've grabbed the bar, So
I've helped some David R. Demera.
I did get stuck helping unload a truck one night as part of getting a ride along. and decided I was never going to do that again. So I'm like, why the fuck am I here? I'm not fucking wrestling. What the fuck? No, I didn't sign up for this. So that was some time.
Gotta pay your dues, brother.
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, I'm like, wow, I'm not gonna stand around, but like, I don't gotta do this again. Anyways, but we'll talk about that idea. And you know, just like how Ronnie's paying his podcast dues these days, right?
Yeah, where are we with that? Like, has he fulfilled his quota so far? For the
first month he did. So, I mean, and he already did one show this month. So, it's a short month. So, he also gave up on Mondays, apparently. So,
I don't think he even knows today is Monday.
No, he doesn't. No, he likely doesn't. Yeah, I should be weird because I checked because I just signed him up for a job on Saturday and be like, hey, you know when Saturday is, right? Mad Mike 483 on the tweets.
Yeah, I talk about things and stuff, and you can mock my Wordle scores. Because my wife seems to always beat me in Wordle, but she is a reading teacher and works with word structure a lot, so that tracks.
Sorry, I just love the bullet. Like, you got if you have the Google search app on your phone, I get like the most bullshit headlines. Including this one from What Culture. It says Triple H is walking through AEW's Forbidden Door, according to Reddit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Everybody's like,
you know what? Hold on, Sorg. Before we sign off, because I'm sure we're going to talk about it a little bit tomorrow night. Who do you think the new signing is?
I think the obvious is Jeff Hardy. I do not think it's Shane McMahon.
You think it's actually Jeff Hardy? I think
it's going to be Jeff.
Wouldn't he have like a no compete?
He was fired. That's different. That was an unceremoniously.
I hope it's not Jeff Hardy. All right. This is real quick.
Okay.
If Jeff Hardy really pretended to have relapsed to get out of his contract, now I don't know if that's the case.
That's fucked up.
I know. He appeared like distant and vacant during a tag match at a house show and left through the crowd and people and everyone. Like, that is fucked.
It's fucked up if he's acting. But like, man, you can be like ill and look like I was distant and everything because I was not feeling good and Saturday totally working. And
I absolutely get that.
And to be clear,
just burnt out.
I did take a COVID test to make sure I was not COVID. It was definitely food poisoning type stuff, right? And I'm not like, oh, this isn't like
not
weird.
Good for.
Yeah, no, it sucked. It sucked, but I want to make sure I wasn't like, I'm trying to be responsible too. But still, I really think he just had a bad, sick day at work. I really do. And and they just went this way with it. So.
Well, to be fair, he's given them every reason to go that way.
Yeah, but man, like, and I don't know, and then also like you can't be such kind of culture there. Like, it's kind of interesting. Like,
of course, but like, it's just fucked up.
It is. If that's what happened, if that is what happened, that's fucked. I agree with you.
Well, even if it was just him being sick, like, you don't dip out in the middle of a match and walk back through the crowd.
You're ready to shit your pants?
Like, you have to have kind of an era of professionalism.
Yeah, the walk through the crowd was weird. I don't understand why you did that. Like,
yeah, like, because number one, you worry everyone there.
Yes.
At the arena, because like everyone there knows who Jeff Hardy is.
Yes.
They've seen that quote unquote match with Sting.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a lot of people, myself included, just tweet out best wishes to Jeff Hardy, like hoping everything's okay. Mm-hmm. Especially, like I'm pretty sure their father passed away fairly recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that can trigger shit in people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I saw people were like, "Oh, he's just gaming the system." I'm like, if he is, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. There are people who want out of their contracts and aren't being let out, and that is fucked up too. But at the same time, those people sign those contracts.
Yep, I'm with that.
Like,
and I agree. And it's screwed up if he did, but I really don't think that's what happened. I think
I wouldn't put it past them.
I
wouldn't put it past them.
You know, well, I'm a believe in the person first kind of person. So,
but see, remember who the person is that's being presented to us. This is Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
He has worked impacted before. Pardon the pun. Like,
well, not to get into a whole conversation about drug addiction and the impacts of those and the problems that those have and the enablers around it, you know, like, you know, having storylines about your alcohol addiction and fights in bars and things like that, because that's a fucking great idea. It's a fucking great workplace.
We were both on record on this show saying it was a terrible idea.
Yes.
It led to a good match. It led to a really fun match. It was a terrible fucking
The problem was I didn't give a fuck about the match because everything around it.
But
so,
to be fair, this is also like the third or fourth time they've used that in Jeff Hardy's storyline.
Yeah.
So
doesn't exactly have creative control, does he? Mike, let's get out of here before this gets depressing. I'm at Sorgatron on the Twitter. We'll see you tomorrow. Mayhem out. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.